Come along with Hospice by the Bay, an affiliate of UCSF Health, on a journey of building a responsible, nonprofit organization focused on serving your community. The innovative spirit that drives Hospice by the Bay was formed by the bold leadership of our founders. They challenged the status quo, reshaping how a country thinks about treating terminally ill individuals. Through their passionate work, a new model of care, hospice care, was created, honoring and respecting the dignity and wishes of the terminally ill. Following the innovative spirit of our founders, Hospice by the Bay quickly became leaders, listening and responding to the needs of our community. For 45 years, Hospice by the Bay has provided services to all those in need without prejudice or budget constraint. Thanks to the ongoing generosity of individuals and partners, Hospice by the Bay continues to innovate, broadening its mission beyond hospice care. Hospice by the Bay now offers other home-based medical services such as palliative care, home health care, telemedicine, and grief counseling.
So one of the things we're most proud of at Hospice by the Bay is our By the Bay Grief Camp. And this is an annual grief camp for kids aged 7 to 17 who have lost a loved one close to them. And Grief Camp is a way that we can provide grief support to these kids, as well as intersperse it with a lot of really fun traditional camp games, such as archery and swimming, and we have a little ropes course that the kids can be involved in. So throughout the camp weekend, kids participate in grief support groups, small grief support groups with other kids their age, as well as their big buddies and grief counselors. And so this 8-year-old boy said he wanted to share his story. And he leaned forward and he looked at the counselor and he said, "I want to talk about how my father died, but I don't want to say exactly how he died. Is that okay?" And so he went on to share some details of how his family life was before his father died, during and around the death, around how he was and how his family was, and then since the death. And then the group asked some questions. And so the 8-year-old boy answered all these questions, and then suddenly blurted out, "My dad died of a drug overdose. He put a needle in his arm, and then he didn't wake up." And he started to cry. And without missing a beat, this boy sitting next to him, this 8-year-old boy, leaned forward and put his arm around his shoulder and just was there for him.
Without the generosity of our partners and donors, we would not be able to provide these services. On behalf of Hospice by the Bay, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to all our supporters. You make it possible for us to provide exceptional care to our patients and families.